Well, okay. Seems like I start off every video like that. I'm sorry. I think it's time that I weighed in, even though, I know that very little people amount of people are going to watch this, and my opinion is only my opinion in a lot of places. But I think I ought to weigh in on this whole Morbeck being banned thing. Um, Apparently, uh, somebody who's fairly well known was banned for having a lemon with a nipple ring in a suggestive way, obviously, and that was cause for him to get kicked um, for a little bit. Apparently, he's back on or something, but one of my hopefully now friends, uh, Paper Lilies, what she was saying was that, um, and she gives herself totally not enough credit for making sense or being worth watching or something like that. She is. She makes sense. She's got a good viewpoint. It is British, which means she's not kind of self-focused. She understands that there are larger entities out there that we should be at least somewhat aware of, not if not submissive to, based on social forms, which is totally British. It's a good thing. What she was saying was that YouTube should probably have more of a face to themselves. In other words, if you're going to do something, then you should, as a company, then you should tell the entirety of your clientele what you're doing. And actually, that has some sort of precedent in business, at least over here with a few that I've been a part of. If somebody gets let go, gets fired, canned, whatever you want to say, from their job, then usually an email is sent out saying this person has been fired. And I think she's got a point. If you're going to have that many people on your service, then who are connected to each other in that way, it's almost like a company faux pas. Like it's not really a company, but everybody's connected and everybody kind of works together based on their own intentions and desires and the like. And I think she's got a point. I think that if YouTube's going to do something like that, then it's not completely outrageous for us to expect some sort of statement about that if it's causing a lot of confusion. Because, well, we're a community, we're tied together. But on the same token, and here's where I differ a little bit, it is a service. They have remained faceless for quite some time, obviously for a reason. Because let's be honest, if you're going to insist on some sort of morale for the site, and you're going to expect the users to agree to that morale, and then they break it, well, let's just say there could be a lot of complications in trying to make sure that that morale is maintained. And I think it's partially for the owner's safety that they're not out there in public and all that stuff, which is, I'm sure she anticipated that. Paper Lilies did, because she was like, well, let's just put a professional on, and they can do this. And that's fine. But I don't think they're obligated to do that. And I do think that we need to be at least aware of what we're signing up for. That said, free speech rocks. And people should be able to say what they say. And she brought up a really good point, and that is that there's way too much stuff on the internet in general, but even on YouTube, that can be really inappropriate, even by their own guidelines. It's like people fudge the... Well, you're always going to run into these people, actually. This will get into a later discussion, maybe, about where I come from. But people are always looking to break the rules with loopholes instead of keep the heart of the commitment. whether that means that they pay attention to the letter of the law too much, or they try to skirt around it, skirt around what they know the meaning to be. But I don't think Morbeck really did that. I mean, yes, there's not supposed to be any nudity, but I don't know. I'm kind of undecided on that. He didn't exactly, completely let it be known that it was a lemon. If it was just a lemon with a nipple ring, no problems. If you're being that suggestive, then you can have a problem with it. But if you're going to have a problem with a lemon with a nipple ring, then at least be consistent across the board. So, for now, those are my thoughts on that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm glad he's back. I don't know. I never really watched much of his videos, probably because he just kind of freaks me out with that wig going on. I'm not too keen on that kind of thing. Although, I did see a video today on VH1 or some other cable station where the Foo Fighters were doing one of their old videos from way back when, and one of the band members was in a wig. It was kind of funny, but I don't think that's what Morbeck's trying to do. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on censorship. And, in the end, it really is a company. In the end, it really is owned by people who have their own standards for the site. And, it's become a mode of free speech. It's become an outlet for a lot of people. It's become a connection point for a lot of people. And it would be a shame to rob that from the folks that have made this site what it is. And, well, perhaps that ties into my earlier discussion of our president over here in the States. Listen to the people whom you serve, whom you basically pledged to serve. Now, I don't know if YouTube did that necessarily. I mean, I'm sure that was part of their motive, but again, part of their motive is money. So, anyway, Morbeck, whatever you do, man, welcome back, and I hope you do well, and I hope that we can continue having a discussion about this, because I don't think anybody's really absolutely certain about what that means for this site at this point, and I don't think the owners do either. So, let's throw stuff out there.